Hi to all of you out there. I'm John Price and I'm a history and politics teacher here at the college. I'm also a faculty manager and the subject area I look after is known as social sciences. So what are social sciences? In short, they're the disciplines that look at how you and we interact with the world around us. Every single aspect of it, from its geography to its people to its past, hopefully in order to make its future a little bit better. We get asked this a lot as lecturers and parents, quite rightfully, because they want to know how their study can help them with their career, how it can lead them to greater success later. And they don't always see the connection between subjects like history with futures. I mean, why take history or psychology if you're not going to be a historian or a psychologist? I mean, that's the question that people ask. So let me ask you a question in response. What do you think they do? I mean, you don't take an A-level in being Prime Minister, but we've got one. You can't take an A-level in being a CEO or a leading thinker, yet we have them. It's because these subjects are fundamentally about skill. They are about being able to understand other people, how we interact, and hopefully they come with a goal, they come with an idea. That idea is that we can take the world that we had yesterday, the world that we got today, which right now at this very moment in time is changing rapidly. And hopefully you as young people will be able to take your learning, develop it, understand the world and make tomorrow better than the past and hopefully today, which I think at this moment in time is a message we will particularly need. How are we going to reconstruct our world following all of the things that have happened lately? So, what subjects do we actually have here at the college in this area of social sciences? Oh, we have psychology, sociology, law, economics, if you want to make a lot of money, environmental science, geography, history and politics. I mean, there could be other disciplines, there could be other subjects at work, but that's what we have in this bracket. Again, don't be too focused on the individual subjects, be focused on the way they work together. Be focused on thinking, for example, if you take sociology and politics together, how there is interplay between the disciplines of looking at how society has worked and functioned and the research that's been done on that, and the way that policy leaders come up with ideas for making that society better. Obviously, geography deals with the interaction of humans in their environment, but environmental science deals with how those humans actually influence or understand the geography around them. These are the kinds of ideas you've got to think about. You've got to think, how can I bolt this together to become what I want to be? Now, in some subjects they talk about things called known unknowns or unknown unknowns. These are things that have profound effects on your planning for the future and how you think about problems, but you don't necessarily know what they are. So I'll give an example. It was known that it's possible that a pandemic could hit the world, but it was unknown when, how, what the nature of that pandemic would be, how the response would work, and how the world would react. Some people might even argue that it was an unknown unknown. When you guys started school at year 11 in September, or when we started teaching our A-level learners here, we didn't think that the world would change like this, and suddenly the possibility that there weren't even going to be exams at the end of the year is unthinkable, because as far as I'm aware, there have been exams at the end of the year for the best part of half a century or even longer. If there have been changes to that, I'm unaware. So these are the kinds of things that social sciences do. They think about how do we plan for, how do we think about the sorts of things that most people don't think about. That we come up with ways of making the world better or protecting the world against those kind of ideas. Now, Petrol Pace is a good example of this. This is a response to a situation. We now know that COVID is there. It is no longer an unknown unknown. So what we have to do is we have to respond. We have to come up with solutions. And this is what we're doing in education. You guys in year 11 have had your year cut short. It's not fair, it's not right. So what we're trying to do is provide content, lessons, ideas, ways to make you think, ways to get you prepared for September that will help you when you start with us. You may even find that you might even be in a stronger position than previous years because no other year before has had the opportunity to do so much study ahead of the game, to not have the pressure of having to take their year 11 exams. So you could use this opportunity to develop, to become more than you would have been if you started in September, and in the long run you may do better at your A levels and better afterwards. Anyway, that's fundamentally enough talking from me. You guys know teachers, politicians, leaders are perfectly capable of talking an awful lot. Perhaps they should focus more on doing as well. So this is what I'm going to ask you to do to prepare for this. I want you to really examine your subject choices. I want you to engage with them now ahead of September. I want you to be the sort of sceptical, thinking, clear-headed, objective person that we need to lead the world. So think, why have I picked this subject? Look at its content, study it, try it out, look at these sample lessons and see if you can figure out whether it's the right one for you. People to make positive decisions, even if they're decisions to change, even if you've picked this subject but you feel actually that this one works better. If you do that positively ahead of when that decision or that problem is forced on you, then you'll be in a better place to succeed. Students know what they want, even if they don't know exactly what they want. Do better than students that wait for something to happen to them. Now look at the world around you, see what happens when you wait for something to happen, rather than prepare for it. That's what I want you to do. Think deeply about your choices, where you want to go, where you want to be. Speak to you later.